everybody. Today is 7th week class of the 10th class schedule. So today we will study 7, the chapter in this textbook in chapter 10, Achieving World Class Operations Management. So the operations management is my main major topic. So I got a PhD degree through the Y or MS. So mostly we say the operations management or production research and operations management is my main major in business administration. Anyway, very interesting and very difficult area if we want to statistically approach. We need to mathematics skill, the high level mathematics skill and statistical concepts. But this class is introduction to business, so I don't want to review deeply. Just briefly, I explain for operations management part because it's introduction to class. Anyway, this chapter we will study the operations management. First, we review the learning outcomes. There are many goals in this chapter, but I will review one by one. First, why is production and operations management important in both manufacturing and service firms? So, if we mention the business, two kinds. One thing is product and services. As you know, the output is production and services. Means is every product, every material is visible, but invisible output is services. As you know, the services. So why the production and operations management is important in manufacturing and service firms? Why important? And second outcome is what types of production processes do manufacturers and service firms use? So there are kind of types of process. So we review the type of production processing. And third, how the organizations decide where to put their production facilities. This is regarding input part. So organizations decide where to put their production. So the input facilities, some processing, and how. And what choices must be made in desiring the facility. Also, every processing focus their facility. So, what choice must be made in designing the facility. Why the resource planning takes tasks, for example, such as the inventory management and the supplier relations critical to production. The resource planning testing, that is inventory. Inventory is a very important part of the operations management. This is related for cost. If we buy some inventory or not, how many inventories why do we need it? And the further information is if you open your restaurant and you forecast, okay, I serve 100 sandwiches for customers one day. So you made some materials for sandwich, 100% materials will buy. But sometimes the customer is coming 120. So you cannot sell the 20%. So in this case, the accounting is no matter, no problem, because it's oh, I will buy 100% materials and I bought 100 sandwich, that's equal, that's it. But in operations management part, we cannot deal with that. In this part, operation management part refers to their opportunities. Why do you focus 100? It's wrong or not? So you are wrong or incorrect forecasting 100% per days. That's the point. And start the point. So first you did correct forecasting first thing. So you lose the chance the money. That means is if you're ready for 120 materials, you can sell the 120 sandwich. That's why only you have 100 materials only. So you lost 20 sandwiches profit. This opportunity cost. Later we'll explain more. Anyway, you lose the opportunity cost. The cost is expense. So you lose money, but we cannot show that, no touch that, no calculate in the accounting part. But the operation management refers to that cost. That's the meaning. So the a little bit in the business part, the operation management part is very difficult area. Okay, this is introduction part, so this slide will pass. How do the operations managers schedule and control the production? So, yeah, operations managers doing what. And next, how can quality management and lean manufacturing techniques help firms improve production and operation management? So, what is the how can we doing the quality management? What roles do technology and automation play in manufacturing and service industry operations management? So the technology and automation play. And what key trends affect the way companies manage production and operate? I said several times, this textbook, this final chapter is futures trend. It's also this chapter also, what is the key trends for the future. Okay. Let me show you the this chapter 10 consists of the 8 verses. The 10.1 production and operations management and overview. Second verse is the production process. How do we make it? The production process. And third, location. What do we make it where? Where do we make it? Location. And 10.4 verse is freeing it together. Resources planning. And 10.5 verse is production and operations control. And next verse is looking for a better way, improving production and operations. 10.7 verses consist of transforming the factory floor with technology. And 10.8 is key trends in production and operations management. Okay, this is for chapter 10. Okay, let's move to 10.1, production and operations management overview. First chapter, let me see. What's the meaning of the production? Production meaning the creation of products and services by turning input such as natural resources, raw materials, human resource, capital into output, which are products and services. This is production. So we put it in input and output. Output is production, product and service. Products and services also. Anyway, this all process we say production. This box, what's the meaning of this box? Black box. Black. Also or unknown processing. Because there are so many processing in here. Anyway, we input what? Natural resources, raw materials, human resources, and capital. And make it out. This is processing. So we say this black box means is we cannot definitely define this is process. So why? Some company makes some food, some makes company output is aircraft, sandwich. There are so many output. So the input is so many ways. That's why we say this processing black box. Many doing the boxing, so we cannot designate its definition. This kind of process we say the production. Okay, so and we also know the production concept through the illustration. So input, factors of production. Say input is conversion process. I say this black box. This is output, products and services is out. So human resource, capital, raw material, natural resources input, and then some kind of processing, and then out. These series of the processing we say the production process. Okay, it's easy concept, but every processing have a big, every processing has some very difficult concept. Is high then. This is for operations management. Okay, so and there are three different stages of production and operation management: production planning, production control, improving production and operations. So three different stages. So the production and operations management involves three main types of decision, typically made at three different stages. First, production planning and control, and improving production and operations. Plan, control, improve. Okay. So the first decision. Okay, let me show you the illustration. Yeah, production planning is first is analyzing demand. Here, analyzing demand means what's the problem, what's the goal, what's the change circumstance, and then determining capacity and timeline, because it's we make some alternatives. And next step is evaluation raw materials, output volumes, check. And next stage is production quality, accounting control, etc. And that's improvement of production system. Getting better, what is the improvement? And next is complete final production. And circulate. This is circulation. These series of process we say production planning. Okay. So say again, analyzing determining and evaluate and qualifying control and improvement and complete final product doing such. These three we say production process. And gearing up the production plan. What do you mean? Gearing up. An important part of operation management is production planning. So production planning allows the firm to consider the competitive environment. We have many competitive environments, especially in the strategic part. We will study this one. Anyway, the firm have a very crisis circumstance and unuseful environment, and its own the strategic goals to find the best production method. So good production planning has to balance goal, balancing, make conflicts such as the providing high quality service while keeping operation cost low, because it's cost and time. How do we minimize the input? This focus two things. One thing is time and one thing is cost, because the input is the below part. This is for gearing up the production planning. Okay, let's move to 10.2 production process. And how do we make it? How can we do it? In production planning, the first decision involves which type of production process, the way the goods or services is created. That's the picking. So, two ways: how input are converted into output, how input are converted into output. Second way is in timing of the process. Two things. One thing is how inputs are converted into output. And second way is the timing of processing. I said the timing and costing. So one for all mass production. You know, there are common sense, mass production. So mass production is the manufacture of many identical goods at once. This is for mass production. So the goods are produced using mass production techniques, but only up to a point. At that point, the product or services is customer tailored to the needs of design of individual customers. So also next concept is customize. Customization. Customization means is the production of goods or services one at a time according to specific needs or wants of individual customers. So the next chapter we will review the needs and wants. What is differences between needs and wants? A little bit different. So anyway, this chapter we will think together. So customization, say again the definition. The customization is the production of goods and services one at a time, according to specific needs or wants of individual customers. This is to customization. So customization or mass customization, mass construction is mass production is related for how do we make it. And I say this convert input to output and timing. So we are refers to the production process two ways. One thing is convert input to output, and the other one is production timing. So first, converting input to output means is production process manufacturing. It's production process in which the basic input is broken down into one or more output. This is process manufacturing. In the assembly process, as we know, the assembly, belt line, assembly line. A production process in which the basic inputs are either combined to create the output or transform into the output. So process manufacturing or assembly process. This is for convert input to output. Okay, this is easy concept. And the other way for production process, we say the production timing. Time is money also. That's why the how we minimize the input. This time we approach two things. One thing is timing, one thing is costing. So the continuous process and intermittent process. So continuous process meaning a production process that use long production runs last days, weeks, or months without equipment shutdown, generally used for high value, low variety products with standardized parts. This is continuous process. Very assembly line, very simple, very high value, but no variety. Right? Generally used them. But the intermittent process meaning is the production process that use short production runs to make batches of different products, batch, and generally used to long volume, high variety production. In this case, intermittent process. Production timing is different styling. So where is it? So yeah, we think about the production process tool. First is customization and standardization. What's the difference? Standardized goods and customized goods is different. Standardized goods is mass produced, assembly line, uniform in quality, production focus. As you know, this is for mass production. But the other hand, the customized product is customized goods is related, varied according to the needs of customer. Every customer have different needs. Also produced with a market focus, very specified market. That means it's customized goods, customized products. So a little bit different for standardized goods and customized goods. Okay, let's move to 10.3 verses is location. Location is very important. For example, is furniture and lumber. So the furniture made by lumber. So which location is adequate for factory? In the seashore or the in the local city? Because the output that is furniture is very big size, but it's very difficult to move to factory from seashore. So which factory, which locality is more adequate for furniture industry? This is a good example then. This is location problem. So chapter 10.3 is location. That's why they repeat 3 times location, very important. Where do we make it? If we refers to the location, we refer to several factors related location. These are availability of production input, marketing factors, manufacturing environment, local incentives, international location consideration, designing the facility, process layout means is all welders stand here. Production layout means moving down the lines. Fixed position layout means staying put. And cellular manufacturing means a start to finish focus. These kind of factors is related for location. So first, availability of production input. As we discussed earlier, the organization needs certain resources to produce products and services for sale. For example, the permission time. So the access these resources or input is a huge consideration in site selection. Site selection means allocate. Executive merged assesses the ability of raw materials, parts, equipment, and available manpower for each site under consideration. At the time, they think about the cost of shipping raw materials and finished goods. I say that lumber in the seashore and the furniture needed in the city. So how do they finish the goods can be as much as 25% on manufacturer's total cost. That's for example. So the located factory product. This is focused to import area or selling part. This is for available for the production. And marketing factors. Also marketing factors think about the location. The business must evaluate how their facility location will affect their abilities to serve their customers. For some companies, some firms, it may not be necessary to be located near customers. Instead, the firm will need to assess the difficulty and cost of distributing its goods to customers from its choosing location. Other company may find that located near customers can provide marketing advantage. And when factory or services center is close to customers, the firm can often offer better service at a low cost. Correctly. So other firm may gain a competitive advantage by locating their facilities so that consumer can easily buy their product or services because very near located. The location of competitors may also be consideration. So if you think about the location, the marketing factor is very also important factors. And next factor is manufacturing environment in the seashore, in the town, or out of town, or deep area, or something. So the manufacturing environment is also very important factors to decide the location. Local incentives. Incentives offered by countries or states or cities give some incentive. May also improve site selection because it's if we open the new GMC automobile factories, how do they? And then they compare the incentives, the state incentives in Georgia, Florida, California. The governors suggest some incentives for to the GMC automobile factory. So this incentives is also very important, very key element for decide the location. Okay. Most of them is delayed for taxing. Anyway, the other factors is the international location consideration. This, most of some case materials from the abroad, some materials imported. So there are often some financial reasons for consideration of foreign location. So the labor costs are considerably low in countries. As you know, so international location consideration is related to the labor cost, but the higher reason is tax. Anyway, the other factors for delayed location is designing the facilities. After the site location decision has been made, the next focus on production planning is the facility layout. The goal is to determine the most efficient and effective design for the particular production process, because it is, facility is also very key factors to decide the location. Okay, and also process layout. Process layout is arranges workflow around the production processing. All workers performing similar tasks are grouped together. And products pass from one workstation to another. It's moved to pass one, but not necessarily to every workstation. So it's a process layout is also very key fact for deciding location. And fixed position layout, the same foot means is some processes cannot be put on an assembly line or move about in a flat. So the fixed position layout lets the product stay in one place while workers and machinery move to it if necessary. So it means it's very big shape and the airplane. This is for fixed position layout, okay? Because it's product cannot move, workers moving and machinery works. And cellular manufacturing means it's start to finish focus. Cellular manufacturing means is combines some aspect of both product and fixed position layout. Work shells are very small. Work shell is very small size. And self-contained production unit. It includes several machine and workers arranged in compact sequential orders, continuous orders. This is cellular manufacturing. Okay. This is a little bit boring part of operation manual, but it's we have to have DS to them. Okay, anyway, just reviews like. Okay, let's move to 10.4 versus fling it together means resourcing planning. We make it or buy it. So make or buy decision. The resources planning. So the determination by firm of whether to make its own production materials or to buy them from outside resources. This is make or buy decision. Make it better or buy it better. So yeah, at this time we will know the outsourcing. You know the outsourcing. So when items are purchased from an outside source instead of being made initially, we call outsourcing. So outsourcing is very key criteria to make or buy. Outsourcing better or make it better. And next, resources planning is inventory management. So as I said, the inventory is very important, very important factors to operate the company, because its inventory is directly connected to the cost. As I said, the inventory, if we refers to inventory, it's automatically related cost, because if we wrong forecasting to sell volumes, and then it's very big maintenance fee or some other expenses. or the small orders than to long forecasting to value, sale value is to lose the opportunity cost. So the inventory is very specified area in the operations management part. There are many kind of methodology and process or ways and research in there. So inventory is very important area. So the inventory management involves deciding how much of each type of inventory to keep on hand, and operating, ordering, receiving, storing, and tracking of it. I say again, in the keep on the hand in the factory, and ordering, receiving date, storing, and tracking. These kind of factors related for inventory management. The goal of the inventory management is to keep down the cost of ordering, as I said. How do we keep down the cost? And holding inventories while maintaining enough on hand, because it's every time we are very difficult to forecasting for futures sales value. So at this time we are safety inventory. It's very difficult area. So this is related for statistics. Anyway, we say only the keep down the cost and holding inventories, maintaining enough to hand production and sales. Good inventory management enhance product quality, make operations more efficient, and increase profit. We say that it's easy to increase profit, make operations more efficient, and product quality. How do we enhance the product quality? It's easy to say, but it's very difficult. Poor inventory management is a shortage. It can result in dissatisfied customer reject. And final difficulties, so lose money and lose opportunities, and even bankruptcy. So inventory management is very important area for resources planning. Okay. Let's move. The computerized resource planning is MRP. Nowadays is many kind of tools for computerized resource planning. So first we review the MRP1. The materials requirement planning is MRP1. Then the definition is given to you: a computerized system of controlling the flow of resources and inventories. A master schedule is used to ensure that the materials, labor, and equipment needed for production are at the right place, in the right amounts, at the right times. This is MRP. Why we pursue the MRP? Focus the right amounts, right times, right place. Okay. So the resources planning, very powerful tools is MRP1. And the progress the MRP program is MRP2. It's manufacturing resource planning. Materials requirement planning is MRP1, but the MRP2 is the manufacturing resources planning tool. It means it's a complex computerized system that integrates data from many departments to allow managers to more accurately forecast and assess the impact of production plan on profitability. This is MRP. This is MRP1 is the right place, focus the right place, right amount, and right times. But manufacturing resources planning is focused, accurate forecast first, and then assess the impact of production planning on profitability. This is the MRP tool. So, MRP system. I'll show you the pictures. This MRP1 is a material requirement plan. It's material plan, inventory, reporting, purchase order, work order. These all procedures include the MRP1. New MRP system have improved production planning. Production plan, need for material plan, inventory plan, reporting plan, and then output, purchase order, some work orders. And MRP2 is that, a little bit different. Market demand in here. And production plan. Next, roughly capacity plan. And problem, okay, we have problem, yes, in this case, feedback, okay, or just production planning, okay. But we don't have any problems, okay. Next is master production schedule, MRP, capacity planning, problems, yes, okay, feedback, but no request to schedule, and then feedback, okay. This is circulation. This is MRP2 module. And what is different to MRP1 and MRP2? MRP1 is stand for material requirement planning, but the MRP2 is a stand for manufacturing resources planning. Different, even if the economy is same. And plan the need for materials, but MRP2 plans the need for resources, not materials, resources. It comprised only the manufacturing area is MRP, but the MRP2 includes the entire organization. And MRP1 is also, it is an open system. But the MRP2 is a closed loop manufacturing resources planning. It's a little bit different. And MRP1 is improved the materials and the production scheduling. This is focused the scheduling. But the MRP2 is improves productivity. There are more upgraded production planning. So this is for MRP1 and MRP2. And ERP. ERP means is an enterprise. Oops, I'm sorry. So here is. Okay, ERP. ERP is enterprise resource planning, a computerized resource planning system. This incorporates information about the firms, suppliers, and customers with this internally generate data. This is enterprise resources planning. I'll show you the pictures. Where is it? This is ERP. ERP is to install mobile, B2B, top 2C, B2B, B2C, online. All factors is around this ERP system. HR, human resource, project management, resource management, RM, time and expense, payroll, supply chain management, manufacturing, inventory management, warehouse management. These things is related for ERP system. So briefly I give to definition as computerized resource planning system. It incorporates information about the firms, suppliers, and customers with this internally generated data. This is ERP system. So it's MRP1, MRP2, and ERP. This is for resources planning tools. That's it. Okay. And let's continue the 10.4. Pulling it together. What's the meaning? The keeping the goods flowing means is supply chain management. What's the meaning? Supply chain is very powerful tools in the resources planning. The entire sequence of securing inputs, produce goods, and delivering goods to customer. This is supply chain. So how to make the strategies for supply chain management? Supply chain management means the process of smoothing transition along the supply chain so that the firm can satisfy its customers with quality products and services. Focuses on developing tight bonds and supplies. This is for supply chain management. Also, supply chain management is very wide concept in the operations management part in supply chain. Okay. Let's move to 10.5, production and operation control. Reading, location, planning, and continuous, we say this control. Production and operations control. First concept we have to know the where to next is a routing. Routing means the aspect of production control that involves setting out the workflow, the sequence of machines and operations through which the product or services progresses from the start to finish. This is all procedure we say routing. And value streaming mapping, routing. Okay, I'll show you the routing. I'm sorry, they are different. Okay. And value stream mapping means is routing techniques that uses simple icons to visually represent the flow of materials and information from suppliers through the factories to customers. Through the factory to customers, how do we represent the flow of the materials? It is through value stream mapping. Next concept is when do we do it? This is scheduling, timing. Scheduling means the aspect of production control that is involves specifying and controlling the time required for each step in the production process. This is scheduling. So when do we do it? This is related to scheduling. And tracking progress with Gantt chart. Gantt chart is very powerful tools for scheduling. Where is it? Anyway, the Gantt chart. Gantt chart is very powerful tools for progress. Did you see that the Gantt chart? Something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 31. This is October, November. And 1, 2, 3 is May. Okay, doing this one. And this type. And this type. This progressing process. This manufacturing or progress 1, 2, 3. And then next is 3 to 5, from 12 days or 5, 6 days. Doing this. This is from Gantt charting. With very powerful and useful tools for tracking progress. And big picture, CPM, the critical path method, and PERT system. So this kind of tools is operation control tips. So you don't need to the detail, but I'll show you the only definition and fixtures. So this is for critical path method. How do we do that? Starting here, task 1, it takes 3 days. Task D, 3 days. Task E, 3 days. Task B, only 2 days. Task C, 4 days. And then finish. what is the critical path days? First, start, tasking 3 days, tasking D, tasking E, finish. This is critical path day. We don't need to how to calculate the critical path day. It's a little different. This is for starting 2 days, 4 days, only 6 days. No, this is not critical days because task A, task D, task E, it takes 9 days. So, but critical path is 9 days. This is some problems, question in the operation manual part. This is calculate part. No, you don't need that. Anyway, the other one is the controlling. Is very powerful scheduling techniques. It's program, evaluate, and review techniques. PERT system. PERT system is critical things. The yellow line is critical paths. For example, task A, 2, task B, task C, task D, E, F, G, or something. And this is start, and task G is final. So task A to task B, it takes 3 times, okay, most 3 value is okay. Anyway, it's, we have some equation for each task, takes time, and then make critical paths. This is system we say the PERT system, and very powerful and old operation control system. Okay, let's move to 10.6. Just you remember the CPR, CPM, and PERT is a very powerful operation control. Okay, that's it. And 10.6 is looking for better way, improving production and operation. How do we make improving this? Putting quality first. The quality control is QM. QM is also a separate part of the operation manual. Inventory part, and quality control, total quality manual, TQM also. So quality means is goods and services that meets customers' expectations by providing reliable performance. The firms give the reliable performance to customers, and then customers satisfy that this is qualified, through the qualifying. So how do qualified control? The process of creating quality standards, producing goods, then meet them, and measuring finished goods and services against them, against customers. This is quality control. There are famous quality control tools, total quality management. We control all process totally. So TQM, the use of quality principles in all aspects of company's production and operation. This is for very useful tools, quality principles, the TQM. And the specified tools is Six Sigma. Six Sigma. I have it. Okay, this is for TQM example. Total quality management is focused on the customers, employee improvement, process centered and integrated system, strategic and systematic approaches, decision making based on facts, communication, continuous improvement, focus on customers. These factors relay the total quality management. This is for TQM system. There are some tools. And I say the Six Sigma. This is Six Sigma. This is also the control, the operations, better operations tools. Okay, so this is Six Sigma. Six Sigma is a define first, measure, analyze, improve, control. This is Six Sigma. Okay, first define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. This is Six Sigma improvement, production, and operation. So also, what is that? Okay, and worldwide excellent international quality standard. Did you see the several times ISO improvement? ISO 9000, ISO 140,000, I think. So 14,000. This is for series of international quality concept standard. Just I introduced what's the contents. ISO 9000 means is a set of 5 technical standards of quality management created by International Organization for Standardization. Some assignment to provide uniform way to determine whether manufacturing plants and service organizations conform to sound quality procedures. So this is ISO 9000 series. This is for some association, that is International Organization for Standard, ISO. They improves the technical standard. ISO 114,000 something, and a set of technical standards designed by the International Organization for Standard, ISO, to promote clean production processes to product environment. IS 9000 is related for quality procedure, but ISO 14,000 is related to protect the environment. Okay, so these things is approved by International Organization for Standard, ISO. Okay, this is for quality control standard for improving production and operation. And the other ways is lean manufacturing trims at fat. What's the meaning? It's lean manufacturing. The meaning is streamlining production by eliminating steps in the production process. Do not add the benefit that customer wants. We eliminate. Take up. This is lean manufacturing system. And very successful, very long time. JIT system, that's just in time. This is delayed for cost through the inventory. JIT system is very famous processing to minimize cost for manufacturing system by Toyota. A system in which materials arrive exactly when they are needed for production. Tomorrow we produced 10 sienna, and then all materials is just in time they are arriving for tomorrow manufacturing processing. So just in time is focused, no need to inventory cost. This is JIT system. This system is very powerful tools in the operation management. So this is just in time. This is reduce the lead time because it's already more inventory. Just in time is delivered to manufacturing. Stock management. This is inventory. Makes and hold stock. Just secure and competitive price. Improve cash flow, stock forecasting, reduce timing. These factors is related just-in-time processing. So if at this time, first need exactly forecasting. Now there's very powerful tools for forecasting. So, but the just-in-time is 1980s or something. But nowadays it's not good for tools in the operations controls thing, because it's lots of problem for timing things and effective for other parts. This is another problem in the JIT system. And the other one is transforming the factory floor technologies, because there are so many technology improvements. Comparative design and the manufacturing systems. You heard a lot of CAD CAD system. CAD is some program. So computer-aided design. The use of computers to design and test new products and modify existing ones. CAD system. CAD system is some program. And computer-aided manufacturing is CAM. CAM. The use of computers to develop and control the production process. This is CAM. Most of them is already using it, but now it's old tools. CAD and CAM system is two factors is linked there, the computer system. Combined the advantages of computer-aided design and computer-aided manufacturing. The system helps design the products, control the flow of resources needed to produce the products, and operate the production process. CAD and CAM is very, if we link two systems, very powerful technology. As you know, this robotics, technology involved in designing, constructing, and operating computer controlled machine that can perform tasks independently. This is robotics. As you know that. Adaptable factories. Adaptable factories are very flexible factories. And flexible and computer integrated manufacturing system. The FMS. Just you heard that, it's not important to you guys. A system that combines automated workstations with computer controlled transportation device, automated guide device, vehicles. They move materials between workstation and into and out of the systems. Flexible manufacturing system, FMS. Very expensive car is all just this system. And the computer integrated manufacturing CIM is the combination of computerized manufacturing processes such as robots, and flexible manufacturing system. It's joint, computer integrated with other computerized systems that control design, inventory, production, and purchase. All things combined this CIM. Most of the companies using this one. And also now it's a technology and automation as new service. Most of them using the new technology and automation. This is exactly common sense. And the last question is trends, focused, next trends in production and operations. The looming workplace crisis. Looming. What's the meaning? The looming is a vague sea, but it's not clear to futures. A low purchase crisis threatens U.S. competitiveness because this is related for world situation between the United States and the Chinese and the United States and EU or something. And American innovation leadership at risk. This is for this author's idea. But anyway, innovation needed for every stage, every generation. Business process management, BPM is the next thing, big thing. Oh sure, the unified system has the power to integrate and optimize a company, exploring functions by automating much of what it does. It's very powerful things is business process management. It is integrated. Now it's innovation is also needed, but also how do we integrate into systems? So, for example, this is a business process management. The BPM is futures methodology for operation management trend. First is design, modeling, execution, monitoring, optimizing, and feedback, gather data or experience and knowledge, and redesign and remodeling, re-execution, re-monitoring, and another optimization. This is some circular process or business process management. There are many new tools, computerized tools, computerized techniques. Nowadays, as you know, there's a big data, AI, many kinds of technology. So maybe we will study the new technology next chapter. Anyway, okay, that's it. The new trends for operations management. This operation management is a little bit boring part of the business part, but if we using the calculus or mathematics, all very interesting and very good. But this is for introduction class. Also, you guys is not related business major, so it will be difficult to understand this chapter. But you heard I heard the MRP1, MRP2, CPM, or something, robotics, and Lowry. It's okay. Oh, I heard that. That's it. I'm satisfied. You guys don't forget the meaning. The operations management. Oh, it's okay. This is operations management. Is part of the business administration. That's it. Okay. I satisfied you. Okay. Thanks for watching this class, and we'll see you next time. Okay. Bye.